My name is Mark Thiel. I designed and built this manual here, and I'd like to run through just some of the navigation and a few of the main features here. When you open the manual, it looks like this. You've got a front cover on it, and you've got this left navigation pane, this purple pane. You can collapse or expand the left navigation pane by clicking on this button here. Close, open, toggle closed. You've got here the table of contents in the left navigation pane. These are collapse and expand just like a normal interface like this. Collapse and expand each individual section. Up here in the upper right, we have a search box. People navigate sites different ways. Some people use a table of contents. Some people go directly to a search box. When you go to the search box, you want to click this button here, display results with all search words. And this is a key point here, is that you should use multiple search words, because the more specific you are in your search, the more specific your results will be. So, for example, if we're looking for information about form LDSS 2859, I could just put in 2859 into the search box. And what we get here is 10 hits for form 2859. But if I put in 2859 and sanctions, for example, I get only one hit, which is a much more useful search. And what you'll see here with the searches is that the search terms themselves are highlighted in green when you get the search results. Let's see. Also, in the left pane, we have a glossary, and this is searchable. So, for example, if I want to look up the attestation for lack of information, I can just start putting in attestation, and it auto-completes as I'm typing it, even the first few letters. So there you go. Somebody, an early reviewer, said they found the index in particular a very easy way to navigate the site. Let's look at the index. And if we look at something like, for example, here, best practices, and I've got 4 different entries here for best practices. Let's look at them. Case building page. Here, throughout the manual, you may see buttons like these, learn more buttons. That's just for supplemental information that's not necessarily mission critical, but maybe good to know. You can just click on it, toggle open, toggle closed. If we leaf through these pages, which we can do, well, let me look at this here. Let's look at this page, the 4A, 4D interface report page. We've got several more features on this page. One, wherever you see an asset screen mentioned here, you can click on that mention and get a pop-up of the screen right here. Every mention of every screen. Again, click open, click closed. Open, closed. Forms, any mention of any form, you just click on the mention of it, you're taken to ERS to view a copy of that form. There you go, there's the application 4882. Also, what it does is it opens in a new browser tab, so you have not left the page that you're on. And that's a key design feature here. I've designed it so that you can get supplemental information on demand in one click only, without leaving the page that you're on. So you see that with the pop-up screenshots, you see that with the documents on demand, and you see it with codes as well. Anytime that a code is mentioned, you can click on that mention and get a pop-up code table. Click open, click closed. Let's see. In the manual, anything that's underlined throughout the manual is a link that you can click on. Wherever you are in the manual, you can always go home by using these breadcrumbs here, or to go home, you can always just click the logo in the top left. Takes you right back to the front cover. Let's look at another key feature. Let's look at intake, for example, which is the brand new chapter. And we have a feature called roadmaps. Now, if I click on this, what a roadmap is it's a process diagram, but it's an interactive, clickable map here. The nodes of this diagram, first of all, the diagram tells you who performs each action. what entity or what person performs each action. And here, CSEU, you can just follow the lane down to see what actions the CSEU needs to perform, what the worker needs to do, as opposed to the court or assets itself or something. Nodes that have a plus sign on them are clickable, and they bring you to drill down content, more details about that particular step in the diagram. If I click this, for example, worker records receipt. On these process pages have are distinguishable because they have a border above and below the header here. You can also navigate using these previous and next page buttons, so you can just leaf through the content if you like, that way. And at the bottom of every single page, there's a feedback link right here. If you click that link, first of all, let's say you want to give feedback about this particular page. First, when you contact us, please tell us what page are you telling us about. So I'll just simply click or copy this URL. I'll click Contact Us. It brings up your email client or somebody's email client, pre-addressed to the manual, and then you can just paste in the URL of the page and then tell us what is your issue with the page, and send. Lastly, you can print out any individual topic by using this print icon up here. I just click on that, print, save it as a PDF, or print it on paper. If you want to print the entire chapter rather than individual topics, you have a link right here, download a PDF of the intake chapter. Click on that, you get a PDF of the entire intake chapter, which exactly mirrors, or very nearly exactly mirrors, the online content. The online content has some bonus features, that paper doesn't have, but this, we can say that it exactly mirrors the online content. So that's about it, and I hope you find it useful. Thank you.